with a year ago today. Remember that? March 11, 2020. The World Health Organization declared a worldwide pandemic because of COVID. And a number of things happened in rapid succession today, a year ago. Number one, the stock market went down 700 points. All right. Number two, the National Basketball Association canceled games. Number three, Tom Hanks and his wife announced they had COVID in Australia. And everybody was going like this, whoa, what is going on? Now, I had warned you, if you were with us back on January 23rd, 2020, that this COVID thing coming out of Wuhan, China, was going to be bad. And I was the first broadcast journalism guy to do it, I believe. I could be wrong in that, but we haven't seen anything earlier than that. But I have to say, I wasn't panicked. I didn't see the terrible toll that COVID has taken. I didn't see that. I thought it would be, 3 or 4 months, and then it would kind of subside like most pandemics do. So anyway, today is the anniversary, and tonight Joe Biden will speak about where we're going from here. Okay, about 15 minutes. We'll get to that in a moment. But I want to play you then President Trump's soundbite on the COVID situation. Go.
I am confident that by counting and continuing to take these tough measures, we will significantly reduce the threat to our citizens, and we will ultimately and expeditiously defeat this virus. We are at a critical time in the fight against the virus. We made a life-saving move with early action on China. Now we must take the same action with Europe. We will not delay. I will never hesitate to take any necessary steps to protect the lives, health, and safety of the American people. I will always put the well-being of America first.
Okay, so President Trump took 3 actions. He stopped flights from China in January. Then today, a year ago, he stopped flights from Europe coming here. And they automatically, I shouldn't say automatically, they went into the vaccine mode. All right? So U.S. scientists went into the vaccine mode very early. And that's why we were able to get it at the end of November 2020, which was a miracle, I think. And of course, the press didn't give President Trump any credit at all for that. Now, yesterday, a year ago, March 10th, 2020, Joe Biden said this.
People just wonder what's going on, or he's down there golfing today. I mean, there's no sense of urgency. The American people, I think, want to know that their president is on top of this, understands it, and that is being guided by science.
Okay, guided by science, obviously a theme of Joe Biden's ever since he announced his run for the presidency, guided by science. So who was the top science guy in the Trump administration? Well, that would have been Dr. Anthony Fauci, all right? And here's what the doctor said on March 8th, 2020. Go.
Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. When you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and it might even block a droplet, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is.
All right, there's the science a year ago. All right, there's the science. So President Trump, he didn't go on the mask wearing tangent until months later. And so, after hearing the scientist, Dr. Anthony Fauci, say what he just said, a lot of Americans say, I'm not going to wear that mask. That was a mistake in hindsight. So the mask is a barrier, both to get it and to spread it. It's a barrier. It's not foolproof. People still get it by wearing masks if you're in a crew, but it is a barrier. So I think I provided pretty good perspective about a year ago from the top 3 guys, Trump, Biden, and Fauci. Now, what went wrong? Well, immediately, COVID was politicized by the corrupt corporate media because there was a presidential race underway already. And all of the media the corporations, with the exception of Fox News and some talk radio, was rooting outwardly and supporting Joe Biden. So whatever Donald Trump did, and he did make mistakes, President Trump made mistakes, but whatever he did was going to be wrong. It's going to be bad. It's going to kill Americans. So immediately the people who supported Donald Trump, all right, they got on the defensive. So instead of everybody in the country uniting together to fight this heinous virus, we cleaved it. And to this day, there are people who don't want to wear masks, they don't believe in social distancing, all of that. And then there are other people who shut everything down and ruin lives and ruined economies and all of that. The best study is Florida versus California because you have a similar climate. In Florida, there was a 2-month lockdown under Governor DeSantis. California is still locked down. On the basis of population, all right, California has more cases than Florida, proportionally. All right, of course, California has more people, but do a proportional, California has more cases. So what good did the total lockdown do, the largest state in the union, when Florida operated pretty much business as usual, all right, since the pandemic began with 2 months of lockdown? Simple man, simple question, you make the call. But the media was invested in the total lockdown. Many reasons. Primarily central government power. That's what the progressives believe in. You are told, I am told what to do and when to do it. That's the country they want. Okay. So the result of not being together led to more deaths in this country. If we had all been in it together and all said, all right, we're going to be ultra cautious. We're not going to go to motorcycle gatherings in Deadwood, South Dakota. We're not going to go to river parties in South Texas. We're not going to go to spring break in Florida. If we had all done that, the death toll would have been lower. So, right now, as it stands, 530,000 Americans are dead. 530,000. Worldwide, 2,622,000 are dead. Now, the worldwide toll is much higher because China is never going to tell you how many people are dead over there, and Russia's not going to tell you, and a lot of the countries just don't report. The African countries don't report. So I say 5 million at least worldwide are dead from this pandemic.